What are the key aspects of experiential learning then? As we saw in Unit 1 and 2, we should understand that the most important aspect is that the context, the situation should be real, should be authentic, connected to everyday life in that sense. Students should be fully engaged. They should completely participate in the sessions. Ideas should move from concrete to abstract to enable them to build on skills of imagination, creativity, and be able to understand beyond what they can see, touch, and feel in their day-to-day lives, and of course smell and taste as well. Children should be physically active. There should be noise in the classroom. It should be joyful in nature. That's how we learn, through sharing. That's how we engage and are fully participative. Activities must encourage collaboration and learning from each other and working with each other. It's a very important 21st century skill. Facilitation is a very key ingredient to this aspect. One must focus on preparation. As a teacher, one must look at also the instructions we will give our students. We should organize for students to create noise in the classroom, to focus on the kinds of materials that we would want to use in the classroom and how we would kind of facilitate their collaborative work together. As a teacher, we would be initiators. We would not really ask questions as much as create an environment inviting students to pose the questions, for them to think, wonder, ask why, how, what, and also find the answers themselves. We would be able to handle misconceptions. Even if we initially validate responses to create a safe learning space, we must then guide the students to discover for themselves the invalidity of their conceptual knowledge. If they have something that is a misconcept, they must be corrected at some point. And the sooner, the better. Coherence is very important, not just in terms of internal sequencing of activities in order to enable them to build their learning from base to heights, but also connecting it to the real world. We need to ensure that the learning is meaningful. Conceptual development, learning how to engage with a concept and connect it to other disciplines, and making learning interdisciplinary, multidisciplinary, transdisciplinary, pluridisciplinary is a very important aspect of lesson planning and experiential learning. What is the most important, as we saw in the model, is feedback, not just of the feedback of the teacher towards the students, but also their own reflections on how they learned, as well as what they learned. Students need to reflect on that. Teachers need to facilitate that and also give them feedback on not just whether their learning has achieved the outcomes that we looked at, but also whether the processes followed were correct, were valid, were important learning experiences or not. We need to enable them to become lifelong learners, and for that, the process of learning is the most important. That is what we would focus upon.